どうも DJ 洋介です。皆様お待たせしました。パティ選手の質問回答動画です。それでは早速動画スタート。
What do I think when I make a lot of mistakes in a match? I really try to focus on something different than my mistakes. Remember that beach tennis, as well as tennis, is a sport that every game starts 0-0. So you don't accumulate points. It's not like in volleyball that you are winning or losing 11-10 or 20-10. No, every game starts 0-0. So every game you have a chance to start again if things are not working well. I try to think if I'm making a lot of mistakes, I try to understand the reason. So maybe I'm just not confident with the lobs. I'm not using enough of my body. So if I'm not confident with the lob, I will try to change. I will try to then do more short balls. If they are making me run a lot, then I will try to find a strategy with my partner. And maybe if I come back, if they push me back and forth, like with a lob and a short, maybe my ball back could be a contra lob. Could be another lob, and then me and my partner would go up. So you always have to find a strategy that will make you come back to the game. When things are not working, you have to change. Sometimes, even if I don't like playing on the left, we choose when we are returning serve to change sides, so only to change the mind of my opponent. I'm always trying to change. I'm always trying to do something that you don't expect. So I try to keep the focus when I'm making a lot of mistakes of the things that I can do in order to change it. I don't think, oh, I suck, no, I'm a bad player. I really don't have time to think of that. I have time to think, okay, this is not working. What else I can do in order to change this match? I also think that I am playing with a team. So if I become negative and if I start complaining, I would lose my team as well. So I have a responsibility. Not only with myself, but I have a responsibility with somebody else. So if I am selfish in order to close myself and be negative, I will be damaging my team. So my work is to keep focus on the good things and try to be there for my partner. I am very exigent with myself, but with my partners, I try to be the best that I can. So this keeps me there, that I'm fighting not only for myself, but for somebody else. And you know, in a game, there are so many things that you can change. You can play only to the back end of the persons. You can play only on one gear. There are so many things. You can serve from down if your serve is not working. So try to always think, what can you do in order to change your reality? And don't waste time thinking of negative things. It's not going to let you anywhere. If I have a routine before a match, I have many routines before a match. Depending on the match, I like to listen to classical music. It relaxes me, it gives me time to think and be alone with myself. I also like to arrive on the court before my opponents. I think it's a message that you send that you're ready, that you're more prepared than them, that you want to win. I like to also warm up on the court that I will play. I want to arrive, if I can, more than 1 hour before the match, so I can make the space, the court, mine. I want to sit first. I want to have all my things perfect, my racket with the good grip, my water, my cold water, my banana if I need fruits during the match. I have some exercises that I do in order to warm up some areas of my legs that are very important. I like to do elastics. I like to be alone with my partner. I want to do the warm up with her, even jogging together, talking together, spending a lot of time alone with my partner is important to me before a match. I believe that you cannot win alone. This is a team sport. You have to really connect with your team. So for me, this is the most important routine. Arrive first than my opponents. Have a good night of sleep is very important. have a long time with my partner in order to speak about the match, in order to just be together is enough for me, and have time to do my warm-up, my running, my dynamic stretches, my elastic, and then my good control. I really like to control the ball before a match. Some volleys, some short balls, some soft smashes, and then good serves. For me, it's very important that I enter the court with confidence, with control. This is my routine. Okay, when you play on the right side of the court, this is what I love. The most important thing is that you understand that you have to make a few mistakes. You are not allowed to make a lot of mistakes. You need to put a lot of volume. You have to put a lot of balls in. You have to understand that most of the time you will touch more balls than your partner, so you have to be ready physically and mentally in order to be okay with this. The most important thing is that you play with the right speed on the right angles. If you play a lot of cross balls, you will have a lot of trouble. You will not make your partner help you in the middle. If you play more down the line balls and look more for the backhand of the opponent, your partner will have a lot of chances in order to finish the points. So in my opinion, you have to be very good, very fast with the legs in order to put more pressure in front so your partner can have more responsibility in the back of the court. I don't like when they say left side players have to move, have to cover more. I mean, in my opinion, the right side player has to cover a lot and has to move a lot. So both the right and the left side have to move fast. Beach tennis is a sport that you need fast legs but a lot of patience. So the right side player has to understand this. You're not allowed to make a lot of mistakes. It's better that you put the ball on the right place with the right speed. You don't need to go crazy with the speed. It's better to put a ball without a lot of power on the backhand than a very good accelerated ball on the body, and then you will run like crazy. So you have to be smart. You have to be smart and patient, really, and you have to be a good teammate. It doesn't matter if you play on the right or on the left. You really have to be there for your team. But yes, in my opinion, is this consistency. So you have to be a good player of volume, intensity. Like, I mean, you have to be explosive with the legs. Your job is to steal a lot of time from your opponent, to put pressure in front on the right places so your partner can finish the point. Your objective is not to finish the points. If they come, the ball will come to you. You have to for sure finish if it's very close from the net. But your job is to prepare the point, and to prepare it with patience. You have to be very good physically, because maybe you're gonna touch more balls. So that's my advice for you. This is a very important question in my opinion. How small people can be at the top level in beach tennis is a very good question. It's a question that I had to answer to myself as soon as I entered to this sport. And actually my focus was to use my weakness and try to make it my strength. I knew that all the players were going to play lobs on me. So I understood very early that I had to be very constant on top. So every time they played me up, I had to be ready with my legs, and I had to have a stroke that would give me the confidence in order to come back 100 times if I needed to. I think I made a good job out of this. I still need to train way more in order to become my game, to make my game less predictable and not stay all the time with consistency. But I mean, one thing that we need to do as small players is be fast with the legs. Always be fast with the legs. Always steal your time of your opponent and play smart. This means that you have to really take a good care when you choose to play fast a ball. So always fast with the legs, but with a lot of patience on top. You can go fast, very fast, and then you can make a short ball. You can go very fast and then you can make a lob. Every time that you go fast with the legs, you don't need to accelerate the ball. Because every time you accelerate and it's the wrong ball, you will run a lot and you will not be able to cover the court. For me, it was also important that I choose a left player that could cover well the court and that is taller than me, like Rafa or Flami that I played sometimes as well. They are my complement. They complete me. Without them, I'm nothing. And I think without me, they would have a lot of difficulty as well. So you have to choose a team that would balance. So I believe, in my own experience, if both players are very, very small, it's very difficult to cover a lot of court. So I think the most small players should play on the right, and they could have a left player that covers a lot of court and that is good attacking as a left side player. So I believe this is the key. I think you really can use your weakness and make it your strength. So I love that they play more on me on the games. I love because they keep me on the match. They keep me focused. I love that I will play more than my partner. This makes me stronger. So just remember to make that decision that your weakness can become your strength if you work it, if you really, really, really dedicate. And that's what I did, and it's working well. How many times a week do I train? I train every day, all the time. If I'm not playing on the court, I'm doing physical exercise. If I'm not doing physical exercise, I'm watching something related to beach tennis or sports. I think that professional athletes have to train every time, really. Normally, beach tennis players compete all the time. We don't have pre-season and season. We are always on season. So, I mean, we don't have a lot of time to make a big period of training. I think now with COVID-19, this was one positive thing, that we had a lot of time in order to prepare for when we come back. I believe that the sport, in order to get better, we need pre-season and season. The pre-season will give us more time to prepare for the big season, and in my opinion, this will make the sport better. And it exists in all the other sports, so why not in beach tennis? But nowadays, I just train as much as I can, depending on the calendar. If I have tournaments, the previous weeks, I will try to train every day, physically and on the court. I am lucky that I live with Rafa, with my partner, so we can train every time together. It's a very positive thing.
ということで、海外選手の強さの秘訣を知りたいパティ選手編でした。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録や高評価もお願いします。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。チャオ！